Well, hello again, and welcome to another online devotion. Today we'll keep it good and short as much as we can. And today we're looking at, has COVID 19 changed Christianity? Today COVID 19, for the most part, has left thousands of churches vacant. In many of them, the smoke machines, the laser light equipment, the rain machines, and other expensive equipment that enhances stage presence are simply sitting idle. COVID 19 has placed on hold multiple billions of dollars that has been spent to build and rebrand and repackage and create a more acceptable and relevant gospel. COVID 19, I believe, is testing every confessed Christian, every one of us, whether our faith was in what we felt during powerful productions of music and stage presence and our favorite preacher each week, or was our faith truly grounded in the one we knew, in the simplicity of personal devotion to Jesus Christ? Since the early days of the church that we find in the book of Acts, which began in Jerusalem, it didn't take long for man to step up and add to and take away from what God started. Paul wrote to Christians in 1 Corinthians 3, he goes, "By the grace God has given me, I laid a foundation as a wise builder, and someone else now is building on it. But each one should build with care. For no one can lay any foundation other than the one already laid, which is Jesus Christ. And if anyone builds on this foundation using gold, silver, costly stones, or wood, hay, and stubble, their work will be shown for what it is, because the day of judgment will bring it to light." Now, I think these words are pretty serious, and we cannot overlook them. By humility and God's grace, Paul said him and all the apostles were given this task of laying only one foundation, the only foundation that God approves, the Son, Jesus Christ. And then Paul has a stern warning concerning how you build on that foundation. He says each builder should be very careful how and what they build. Each builder must sit down and count the cost, and with careful consideration and watchfulness and humble discernment, guard against putting anything on that foundation that might have any possibility of not lasting eternally or does not bring eternal glory to the living God. But unfortunately, this warning was not heeded by many. And today we have over 30,000 denominations in the world, and many are heaped in the traditions of men that have been collected and accepted over centuries. So Paul pleads, though, today with us, as he did then, to build on the foundation of Christ. Build works that consist of eternal things. In other words, things that hold value that will outlive anything this world has to offer. And then Paul reveals something that we're still blinded to in many ways, that eternal things are not found in massive buildings, stage performances, costly traditions, but we ourselves are the true temple. Paul writes, "Don't you know that you yourselves are God's temple and that God's Spirit lives among you?" In Jesus' day, he told the religious leaders, he goes, "You guys are doing a really great job at looking good on the outside. You're like whitewashed tombs. You're beautifully decorated with expensive, fine ornaments, but inside, you're full of dead men's bones. No life, nothing eternal." Now, Paul goes on in 1 Corinthians 3 and says, "Do not be deceived. If any of you think you are wise by the standards of this age, you should become fools, so that you might become wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness in God's sight." I think it's already been proven. The world has already proven itself. It produces nothing eternal. You and I can be entertained by the greatest performances, but the satisfaction only lasts for a short time until we're going back for more and more. And this cycle continues until we get the excitement we're needing. Breaking the traditions of men is an almost impossible task, especially if it's ingrained in the culture already. I've seen some that will literally die for their traditions because they feel empty, unhappy, and dissatisfied without them. But my hope today is that COVID-19 is opening this crack in the door so that we who follow Jesus can maybe see that what we once thought was gold, silver, and costly stones was actually wood, hay, and straw, no eternal value. It's time to return to the simplicity of devotion to Jesus and start building on that only foundation of Christ, things that will last through eternity and not just satisfy us for a season. Until next time, God bless.